you keep failing at rolling out new habits or lifestyle changes, you might think it's because you lack discipline or you just don't want it bad enough. The truth is that you just don't understand how to manage your energy properly. In this video, I'll show you how the effort index dictates whether or not a new lifestyle change will actually stick, and how to properly budget so you can finally start getting traction in your life. Now, if you haven't yet watched my video on the 4 levers of change, which shows you how to create the ultimate leverage for implementing lifestyle changes, you'll want to check that out. Because this video about the effort index is a deep dive into how you manage your energy while leveraging those levers. Okay, let's get into it. To start, what is the effort index? Simply put, the effort index is a scale that indicates how much effort or energy is required to not only start a new habit, but also how much is required to sustain that habit moving forward. Each new change requires a daily amount of energy to sustain it, but the cost of that effort reduces over time. So the effort may be very high for the first 21 days, but then starts to go down, as indicated by this graph. If you can sustain a new habit or lifestyle change for long enough, it can eventually be reduced to a nearly zero cost to maintain. An example of this might be brushing your teeth or taking showers. You've been doing them so long, hopefully, it's basically automated. But in the beginning, whether you remember it or not, it did require energy to start and keep doing. You just may have needed some help from your parents to do so. Okay, to show you how this works, check out this example of how the effort index plays out in real life. Imagine that you currently wake up every day with 50 points in your energy budget that you can spend on habit or lifestyle changes. This budget replenishes daily, but there are slight variances from day to day based on a variety of factors. Now, let's say your budget is currently made up of motivation and discipline. We'll say 30 of it is discipline and 20 of it is motivation. Okay, now you decide you want to wake up an hour earlier each day to make space for exercise and some other things you want to start adding to your routine. This change is annoying, but only requires an effort index score of 15, which you can easily afford since you have 50 points available. So you start doing the change with success. Since this is a new habit, it costs you 15 points per day, especially in the beginning. But then on day 3, you decide to start a new exercise program. That was, after all, the whole point behind waking up earlier in the first place. This exercise program isn't crazy intense, but it's still a pretty radical change in your life. So this has an effort index score of 25. You're now spending 40 of your 50 daily energy points. And since both habits are new, they require the full 40 to maintain. You do this for a few more days and you start to really feel good about it. You're finally starting to feel like the person you wanted to be. So you get a boost in motivation. It climbs from 20 all the way up to 40 points. You now have a daily energy budget of 70, 30 from discipline, and now 40 for motivation. You feel great, so you decide it's time to change your diet. It's a fairly significant change and it comes with an effort index score of 30. All right, let's recap. You started with 50 daily energy points, 30 from discipline and 20 from motivation. You made positive changes, which increased your motivation and brought your energy budget all the way up to 70. You're currently spending 40 points between waking up early and working out. Now you've added a diet that costs another 30. You're now maxed out. 70 out of 70 energy points being spent daily, but you can afford it, so you keep going. But then something happens. Maybe it's work stress, maybe it's a relationship issue, maybe you get sick. Whatever it is, your motivation takes a massive hit and drops by 35 points. You now only have 35 total energy points left, and you can no longer maintain everything you're doing. So you start to slip. First to go is the first habit you encounter in the day, which is waking up early. On this day, you end up sleeping in. Now, this reduces your energy output by 15 points, but you're still over allocated. And since you didn't wake up on time, you end up skipping your workout, dropping another 25 points. Now you're only spending 30 energy points, which is just enough to maintain your diet. But here's the thing. Since you didn't wake up on time and didn't exercise, you start to feel like a bit of a failure. Your motivation tanks even more. Let's say it drops into the negative. You're now at -5 motivation, which cannibalizes some of your discipline energy. Now you've only got 25 energy points to spend, which isn't enough to sustain your diet. So you stop doing that too. Just like that, our energy budget is decimated. It'll maybe take a few weeks or months, or even years to replenish again. But eventually you'll try to make change once more. But if you haven't learned how to properly manage your energy, you're doomed to repeat the cycle. Begin, burn out, reset. Now, let's play this scenario out in a different way. Let's start again with 50 points. This time, we shift our wake up time by an hour, effort index score 15. We now have 35 points left in the tank, and we do nothing else. No diet change, no exercise, just waking up early. Fast forward, the same derailing life event happens and motivation drops by a massive 35 points. Now you've only got 15 points left in your daily budget, just enough to sustain your wake up habit. So you keep going. And because you kept this one habit alive, your motivation rebounds quickly. Over time, the effort index score for waking up early starts to decline. It gets easier and easier to maintain. Plus, in the 4 levers of change video, we learn that in addition to motivation and discipline, we can also leverage systems and people. If we utilize those levers, we can reduce the cost of waking up earlier even further. We can reduce the cost of changing our diet and even increase the amount of daily energy we have available in the first place. And at that point, it all just becomes a budgeting exercise. Okay, so now let me show you how you might use this to actually implement change in your life. First, I want you to create a spreadsheet of all the lifestyle changes or habits you want to implement, all of them. Doesn't matter how realistic you perceive them to be, or even if you truly want them, just write them all down. For each habit or lifestyle change, rate its perceived value on a scale from 1 to 100. What kind of impact would this have on your life? 100 meaning the largest impact and 1 meaning very little impact. Then on that same 1 to 100 scale, estimate the effort index score, or how much energy you believe it would take to start that change. Don't stress about precision, this is just a baseline. Now, add columns to estimate how the effort decreases over time. I recommend intervals of days 1 through 7, which equal 100% of the initial estimated effort. Days 8 through 21 equals 85% of the initial estimated effort. Days 22 through 45 equals 65%. Days 46 through 66 equals 45%. Days 67 through 100 equals 30%. And days 100 plus equals 10%. So your spreadsheet should look something like this. Column A is the name of the change. Column B, perceived value on a scale of 1 to 100. Column C, start and effort index score on a scale of 1 to 100. Columns D through I is the estimated effort required at each time interval, which is calculated as a percentage of column C. Then sort your list. Put the highest value, lowest effort items at the top and the lowest value, highest effort ones at the bottom. Finally, assess your starting energy budget. On a scale of 1 to 100, rate how much energy you feel you currently have available between motivation and discipline today. To do this, think about the most energized, all-in season of your life and your lowest. Then rate yourself between those based on how you're feeling right now. I'd recommend starting at no more than 60 out of 100 though. If you'd like, you can even estimate how much of it is discipline versus motivation. Okay, so now we have a visual representation of all of the changes we want to make in our lives and the impact we think they'll make and how hard we think it will be to implement them. We also know where our starting energy budget is. At this point, we can map out a roadmap of changes. This should likely be in top-down order based on how you sorted it earlier. So you might create an actual schedule over the next year of how you might roll these things out. Start with one thing, and as the effort diminishes over time, you can then schedule in your next change, and so on and so forth. As you're doing this, you may find areas where your estimates don't feel accurate, and that's completely fine. In fact, it's good. Just update your budget accordingly so you can account for it moving forward. It isn't an exact science, but this is better than just blindly flailing about trying to make change in your life. And one more thing, if you don't yet have a clear life vision, which I talk about in the Purpose Paradox video, you're missing the ultimate energy source. Also, this budgeting system and the 4 levers of change are what buy you enough time to clear the noise so you can find that purpose, so you can find your identity, and you can clearly articulate your life's vision. And once you do that, the math completely changes. We'll save that for another video. Okay, I know that was a lot, but if you're still with me, you should now have a better way to visualize the cost and value of change in your life. If you want to make it easier, you can download a template of that spreadsheet by using the link in the description below. And again, if you haven't already, make sure you watch the Purpose Paradox and the 4 levers of change to gain an even deeper understanding of what we're building here with the Effort Index. As always, thank you for your continued support. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our newsletter, linked below, and to this channel. Your engagement and your vote of confidence help more than you know, and I can't thank you enough. All right, happy budgeting, and I'll catch you in the next one.